It is quite interesting, these young art students. We're reading James as an American, but there is an artist in there who's copying a painting at the Louvre. These art students themselves would have wanted to go to the Louvre, and probably part of their education then was copying paintings.
You know, I believe that there was this planned European tour with Demler along with Alexander James in 1914 for them to go to London and to Paris and to Munich. Many artists, you know, that sort of European tour is really fundamental to their exposure.
The Numidian sailed at 4 from Mystic Docks. It was after 3 before I got away. Fritz, his black eyes fairly snapping with excitement, came up the gangplank and was pounced on by a jolly crew of artists and sundry. Alexander James stalked up the gangplank and was fallen upon by a merry crew. There was rather tremulous, exuberant handshaking. Showers of rice clattered on a bridal pair, but this elation was tame compared to that of these 2 youths embarking on their great adventure. A super honeymoon, a marriage of true minds on a fine errand. Chelsea, London, July 3, 1914. Dear Papa, Jimmy and I moved into apartments here in Chelsea, overlooking the Thames River, at about the place where Whistler painted many of his now famous works. Took supper this evening at 8 o'clock, which is the English fashion, with Henry James, Jimmy's uncle, who has apartments next door. He spends most of the year at Rye, near Dover on the coast. Mr. James is now 72. Dearest Peg, let me remark that though Alec seems to me more and more delightful and psychologic and touching, his companion affects me as a dire and dreadful impossibility for any social use whatever. And now I have been finding out for myself how these commonnesses in Fred Demler stand out. I can't help firmly believing that England, or rather the people here that I have a right to move among, shows such a one as Fred Demler up.
Peggy had left for Rye in the morning, but Fred Demler came and dined with me and saw me off. He was just as kind and thoughtful as he could be.
I'm getting to know London. Extreme poverty is on every street corner, and perhaps the most noticed is the sidewalk artist, his cap always lying alongside. These men of all ages, with their drawings made with colored chalk upon stone sidewalks, are found all over the city. Last night, the greatest crowd was out. The multitude at Downing Street, in front of the cabinet offices, was impressive. Within, war was declared as the big clock in Westminster Hall struck midnight. If he would make up his mind to go home now, as immediately as possible, the plan for Munich and Paris being in such ruin, that would be the best solution.